Pronto?
Pronto.
Ciao.
From Ortigia.
Hopefully for the last time until we buy our house, which is supposed to happen on Monday.
You know, in theory.
In theory. Knocking on wood. Oh, that just wiggled the phone. Do you want to tell them what we're going to
talk about today?
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about some of the things that are still mysterious about the house. Despite the fact that we've been sort of going to look at it since February,
Yes.
And we're now in November, there's still a lot of things that we don't understand about it, and we won't until we have unfettered access to spend real time there.
So we've been fortunate enough to have owned houses since we started owning houses, just one at a time. But they've always been on they've always been either ones that were partially built. We've purchased a couple homes that were spec houses, so we got to pick out some tiles. And those were a little bit of a mystery to us because we saw plans and some stud walls, but we knew what was going in and we were choosing most of that. And otherwise we've purchased already made homes, and they were only like a couple bedrooms. So we saw all the rooms, and the rooms were all normal, and there was nothing locked or
mysterious.
There was nothing mysterious about anything we've ever purchased before. So this is a real, and this one's a lot bigger, even though almost the least expensive house we've ever bought.
Sure, almost.
Almost purchased, bought. We haven't done anything yet. Hope to buy. This is maybe the least expensive house, except for our first one, that we have hoped to buy. And I just don't want to curse Monday at all. So do you want to start with your first mystery secret thing you want to check out?
Well, I mean, so in the US, one of my early activities when I'm checking out a house is always to go down in the basement, because the basement's usually unfinished, and you can usually look at all the systems, all the plumbing, all the electrical, like you can peek inside and get a real sense of what you're working with in terms of renovation or what needs to be done there.
So that'll be much more interesting here.
Yes.
Especially since there was no electric when it was born.
Yeah.
Or plumbing.
And and I'm still just now, after looking at 1,000 pictures, 1,000 videos, a point cloud scan,
videos, and re-looking at them slower,
and that kind of thing. I'm just now starting to get a sense of how the plumbing works. The electrical, still a little bit of a mystery. The phone or internet or that kind of stuff, and how that will work, still a bit of a mystery.
It doesn't have heat or air conditioning at this point, so that system you don't have to figure out.
I'm not worried about that.
I just took that one off your list.
But yeah, so
it will eventually, but it doesn't now.
So that's always been high on my list, and I've been a little bit thwarted on this one.
Yeah.
So
not thwarted. Nobody said don't look behind the curtain.
No, it's just
we just never have time.
Just never have time.
And there's so much to look at. Just going in and looking at each room. And you spent a lot of time scanning the rooms. We'll talk about that, I think, in another process, because it's an interesting thing that you could do wherever you live, and do a point cloud of your, or a digital twin. I don't know if that's technically a digital twin. For the lay person, you can call it a digital twin, and all your other layperson friends will think you're a genius. And for people like Matt, they'll go, not really. But anyway. So yeah, I think checking out systems, I'm less worried about the systems because for the most part, everything we have is going to change completely, just by the nature of all the work we have to do on the house. I'm most interested in discovering our garden. It has been up to our knees in sort of brambles. There's some beautiful plants and flowers. There's some calla lily plants that have been living there on their own, uncared for I don't know, 15, 20 years. So I'm really excited and hope that those will stay and that I won't be able to kill them. But I can only get so far into the jungle with whatever shoes I've worn to the house. And so cleaning back some of the weeds or some of the things that are not weeds, but have not been groomed for a while. I know we see what looks like a cistern in the back, and our backyard is like a really nice size, but it's still a backyard within a town, within the city walls. So it's not that big, but I cannot get back there, and I think we didn't even see it until maybe the fourth time we went. We're like, oh, there's a cement round thing that we assume is a cistern, which would be to collect rainwater. So that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to spending some time in the garden.
Yep. Yeah, I think other things that are on my list, there's an access panel that goes somewhere. It's not really an attic per se, but
it's a weird space.
It's a space that you can see.
Annex.
Well, no, it's a space that you can
call
see
it the annex.
between.
Let's call it the annex.
Between the ceiling and the roof.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of interesting to me. We know we need some roof work done, but just to try to understand, that gap and stuff like
that. The 9-year-old boy in you wants to go
totally
discovering.
climb in the attic, but not fall through the ceiling.
Yeah, no, that would not be good. But I mean, the ceilings are usually stone and fairly solid.
I'm not going to touch it.
All right, excellent. So, and then let's see. One other thing we sort of talked about, and we will put a link up somewhere here. Our last one about the things we wanted to do as soon as we get there, things that are driving us nuts, like cleaning up pigeon poop and stuff. But one of the rooms, the small room, is still locked up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what's in there. I'm hoping it's not just like 200 years of clutter, like, but even if it's just an empty space, I'm like totally cool with it. I don't need there to be anything in there, but it's a room that I will own that I've never been in. Yeah. So I'm very, very interested to get in there.
It's not big. It's probably 5 foot by 12 foot, probably.
Yeah, something around that.
Based on the similar room above.
Yep.
But yeah, we went out. We bought our crowbars and and hammers and stuff. We won't be forcing our way in, and hopefully
our 9-year-old selves will be breaking down a door.
Yes, and hopefully not finding vampires or anything fun like that.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, kind that way.
I am. You should be able to go first. You're taller. And let's see. And then I think the other thing in general for both of us is just, there's so many rooms. Again, feels a little bit like bragging. It's just, that's what happens to be here. There are 0 closets, but a bunch of rooms. And every time we went, even just to spend 10 minutes in each room, took up a lot of time. We went there, with our geometra, who made sure there wasn't like substantial structural damage or things that we would have to fix. And we went with my mom, we took Matt's mom, we took our girls when they came at 2 separate times. So we were always showing somebody and walking through and telling them what our plans were. So we were always sort of distracted. Every time I've seen something new, we always go, okay, when we go this time, let's see, is there space between those 2 doors, or is there, because we don't remember. Thankfully, Matt does have the scan.
LiDAR, point cloud scan. Yeah, it does a pretty good job.
We can look at things, but it also, it's not always clear. You can do a lot of measurements. It's very cool, and I think I'd be going crazy if we didn't have that. But to just be able to stand in the room and sort of feel like, could I put a couch there? Because even when you're looking at something on screen, it's small, and you're trying to figure out real things fitting into this small semi-make-believe dollhouse, sort of dreamy picture. So I'm looking forward to just standing around. We kind of did that. I got to do that a little bit this last time. You were showing your mom, and so I got to sneak around, look around. And so I'm just really looking, I've got a couple little foldable stools. I just want to sit in the middle of each room for 30 minutes and look at all the parts of the painted ceilings and look at the corners.
Minutes. Wow.
You think I'm going to be able to do it?
I don't think so.
I'm going to put some music in my headphones.
I was going to say.
I can't meditate, but I won't be meditating. My ADHD brain will be coming up with 72 different plans. So 30 minutes is only half a minute per plan.
Okay.
don't know. What, you're only going to spend 10 minutes per room?
I don't know if I have a 30-minute
No,
attention
all right.
span
Okay.
on a one room kind of basis. So.
Well, we'll see, and we'll get back to you on how much attention span we have. Maybe mine will start at 30 minutes, and then I'll be 3 rooms in and say I have to go for lunch. We never know. Anything else on your list that's really or anything you want to add to that one, that last one of us just spending the time? You're not going to spend 30 minutes in each room.
Not that I can think of. I mean, it's, those are my big mysteries that I can't wait to unfold.
Excellent. Oh, you know what we forgot to do at the beginning?
What's that?
We forgot to introduce ourselves.
Oh, well, that's...
So you've been listening to Jenn
and Matt.
and we're buying a Palazzo on Monday. And if you'd like to come along for the ride, we'd love to have you subscribe now, because we hope we're going to put some things up as soon as possible Monday. We're signing papers at 4 and it gets dark here around 4:30. So who knows what that'll look like, but we'll be back there Tuesday.
Or likely Tuesday.
Cleaning up. We've got an interesting thing happening. We're maybe working with an artist, a photographer, and have some interesting things happening there. So yeah, we'd love to have you join us. I'm going to add the link at the end here of the last video, so that you can check out the first things we're going to do when we get there. And then the second things will probably be just playing around with these mysteries. Oh, we need a ladder.
And clean up.
Yeah. I just added ladder to our list, because you're not going to be able to get up there to look if we don't have a ladder. I'll boost you up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we should do it in Italian.
See.
Excellent.
Let's see. So come and check us out. This stuff's about to get real.
It's real fun.
Real fun, but real.
So I will say, until we have our keys, arrivederci.
Alla prossima.
Remember to smile.
All right, I'll work on it. Not crazy smile.
Not that smile.